So the dust has now settled on Tottenham's season. They finished very low down in the Premier League table, but had the final laugh in the Europa League final, lifting their first trophy in 17 years. And today it's pretty simple on the talkSPORT YouTube channel. It's an end of season review, also talking about Ange Postecoglou's future and assessing where Spurs go next into next season. But before we go any further, if you are new to the talkSPORT YouTube channel and you're just discovering me now, then hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also let me know in the comments down below, how do you assess the season? So yeah, in that comment section, give me a rating from 1 to 10. 1 being the best season of all time, 10 being horrendous, basically. But let's go through this season, because it's been one that I can't even begin to analyse, because it's been a tale of two halves. And halves mean one competition and another competition, because it's been tricky. And for those of you who have subscribed and been around for a long time, I started the season really backing Ange Postecoglou, thinking he could deliver us a Europa League trophy and also a top 4 finish, is what I said in a lot of my prediction pieces. Right, this one, I mean, we've been quite, we've been getting on quite well here, but we haven't clashed yet. But I feel like this next one could be where we,
Are you going to say Tottenham are going to get a trophy?
I am going to say this is the year. This is the
Every year.
This is no. Last year I said no, because I said it's Ange's first year. He's going to keep, and literally out of the the Carabao Cup in the second round, because we weren't in the third round because we weren't in Europe, and then out of the FA Cup at the second stage, because, or was it round 4? Because we played Man City and we played quite well, but you know what happens when you play well sometimes in the cup competition. You get a header and Vicario gets bullied at the back post.
Oh yeah,
but I think this year, and I can tell you what trophy it's going to be as well.
Yeah, which one? Don't say Europa League.
I'm going to book the flights. I'm going to book the flights to Bilbao, and I've been to Bilbao. It's lovely, the Basque country, and we are lifting European silverware once again, because there's only one
first trophy in about 50 odd years, 60 odd years is going to be
50, 60. No, sorry, you've been playing that. Like,
I know you got a Carling Cup in there somewhere,
but he delivered on one of them, and I have to say, fair play to him. He did what he said. He said that famous quote of, "I win things in my second season."
I don't usually win things. I always win things in my second year.
And he lived up to it. We went out to Bilbao. We put on an amazing display and we lifted the trophy. And it was an absolute spellbinding experience. I was, as many of you may know, I was out in Benidorm on a stag do. I've only just got back, hence the late upload of this. But I had an unbelievable time. It was the party of a lifetime because of what we achieved. You have to go back and watch my initial reaction to the game, because it was pretty funny in reflection. And you can probably tell in my voice I'm a bit croaky from all the singing and all the dancing. So, yeah, we absolutely smashed it. There's been the parade, some of the visionary and the imagery from the parade have been fantastic. And Ange Postecoglou has even said season 3 could get better.
I told them and they laughed. I told them and they didn't believe. But here we are. And we're here because of this unbelievable group of people, players, and staff, absolute heroes, led by the legend, Heung-Min. Kuti Romero, James Madison, and Guillermo Vicario. All of them heroes, and they did it all for you. Because you deserve it. This club deserves it. I'll tell you something, I'll leave you with this. All the best television series, season 3 is better than season 2. Thank you.
But when we look at season 2 in the Premier League, it was obviously a different story. We finished 17th on 38 points from 38 games and a -1 goal difference signed off the season with a 4-1 loss against Brighton. Although, you got to give that with a pinch of salt. All the players have been in celebration mode for the last few days. And the celebrations will continue. Tottenham defying the odds, going out and winning the Europa League. And I said it was a tale of two halves. Even the cup competitions. The Carabao Cup, we got to the semi-final. Good first leg performance against Liverpool. I was there. But then got absolutely embarrassed in the second leg at Anfield. Aston Villa in the cup. Quite poor again. Just really poor performance. That had been the same week, and that was when I was starting to get a bit antsy about Ange and wondering if this could work. And that Everton game, as I say, was a bit of a final nail in the coffin for him. It's been pretty poor. And my overall prediction for Ange is, because his future's still up in the air at the time of this recording. Like, will he stay? Will he go? We don't know. Like, it's really hard to judge because nobody knows. Like, you have to let me know in the comments down below. Do you think he should keep his job? Because I'm worried, and my point will be, I'm worried that, if we keep Ange on, could we have an Erik ten Hag situation where, by this time at Christmas, we're sitting really low down the table again? That's what I worry about after backing him, and after winning the Europa League and getting Champions League football, which I can't believe I'm even saying. We're going to have money to spend, hopefully. Daniel Levy will hopefully spend some money this summer and bring in some players that will be much needed to improve this squad because we had a thin squad. There's going to be a lot of arguments between, has Ange got a leg to stand on because of the injuries, because of, the thin squad and stuff like that. So that is the main thing, the main takeaway. But when you look at the Europa League campaign, we did really well. We just lost one game against Galatasaray, but again, had a very poor back line that day. We also lost the first leg against AZ Alkmaar, a couple of draws against Rangers, and a few other teams, a few narrow victories against Hoffenheim, to name but a few. But it was the knockout stage where we came into our own. You could tell that Ange was prioritising that competition, Came back against AZ Alkmaar, really, important display out against Frankfurt. Bodo Glimt swept aside and Manchester United in that final. I think we very much deserved it. An absolute defensive masterclass. Brilliant saves from Vicario. Unbelievable goal line clearance from Mickey van der Ven. So it is such a strange situation because there's not been any other side like this. And, there's been that argument of who's had a better season. Tottenham have had a better season than a lot of clubs because, getting back in the Champions League, us, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Liverpool, all in the Champions League, but we've won a trophy on top of that. Like Liverpool, like Newcastle. But it's a European trophy that not many teams can win. People discredited the Europa League, but it's an absolutely incredible trophy. Third time we've won it in our history as well. But we deserve this as Spurs fans. If I go back through the years and think, how many times have we been consistent in the league, but not got a lot to show for it? When people look back through the history books, they won't look at Arsenal's second place finish and they got to the Champions League semi-final. You look for silverware and seeing the scenes from the high road and outside the stadium, that parade, and I was gutted I couldn't be there, but fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And you got to take your hats off to the fans. That when people say a Spurs a big club, that shows we're a big club. That support, that willingness, that drive, the way we've stuck by all the boys and that, and some really big performances in that Europa League from so many different players. And the one thing I'd like to say as well is I was looking through the squad and everyone wearing their medals. Everyone played their part in this Europa League campaign. Everyone did their bit. from even your Dane Scarlets scored some important goals, and Mikey Moore, and everyone there did something incredible, and that's where I have to say fair play. I've been very negative this season, very critical of Ange and all that, but I have to say fair play. Was I wrong about Ange Postecoglou will be a question. I still don't know. I'm still very 50-50 about his future because, he's proven us wrong. He did what he said he would do. But the league is where, if we get relegated then next year, then it's going to be a sad case because, we've got a lot to do to, we're back in the Champions League, but we've got a lot to do to compete on that front and other fronts. And, it'd be good to carry on that success. Can we pick up another piece of silverware? Because, everyone's tagged us with this Spursy tag, but, we got it over the line, and to see Heung-Min's son lift that trophy, it was just so good. I'm so happy that he has been able to, he is now a Spurs legend, no doubt whatsoever. He is a Spurs legend, Tottenham legend. He walked out at the stadium with, and was given a guard of honour by the legends. He is now in there, in that echelon. He is up there with them, and it's just so good to see. They're all legends. Brennan Johnson, our top goal scorer this year, absolutely unbelievable, deserves all the plaudits he gets. James Maddison, I've seen him come under a lot of criticism from Rory Jennings, from Roy Keane. People don't understand how good he was in this campaign. He was fundamental to what we've done this year. In that Europa League, was winning games by the scruff of his neck, creative and all that. And, people will say about, Tottenham in the league, but 16% of all our wins came against Manchester United this season. So, lads, it's Tottenham. Put a big old X through that because we have done it. We are Europa League champions. No one can take that away from us. No one whatsoever. Whether you're Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham. Oh, it's weaker. No, you're wrong. We've done it. And, it's going to be a long summer. It's going to be, Daniel Levy now needs to look at this. And I saw his little statement that was in his programme notes. This is your time to act now, Daniel Levy. This is your time to now prove all of us wrong. Because there was still a moment yesterday where he appeared on the big screen and people were booing him. But this is your time now to, put your hand in your pocket and act. Because I've seen lots of different, conversation about what next for Ange, what next for us, what does Spurs do next? And it's been a very divided, set of opinions.
Is this the best week of your entire life?
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Shame as a Europe, mate.
It's the best week of my life since Darren Bent left.
Oh, come on, oi, that's disgusting. He may be, an Arsenal fan, but do you know what? Let's dig more into it. What do you think of Darren Bent?
He's unforgivable. Since he missed that goal, he's unforgivable. Even Harry Redknapp knew that.
He should never have come out of as an Arsenal fan, should he?
He shouldn't have even entered the streets of Tottenham. It's disgusting. It's a liability. It should never have been signed.
Last question I got for you. Right, Harry Kane's probably watching this in his mansion in Munich. He's Bundesliga champion.
I bet he wished he never left and won this, didn't he?
Harry Kane wished he never left.
Yeah, never left and won the European Championship.
Well, now you're back in the Champions League next season. Do you reckon
he might come back? He might do.
Mr. Levy should bring him back.
Yeah, 100%.
Grealish and De Bruyne.
Grealish, De Bruyne.
The best name ever, Bent.
Darren Bent got the best name ever. Have you even been to work?
No, I haven't been to work. I've been celebrating my birthday yesterday, and I've been enjoying it with my son after 17 years of pain and discomfort and agony and insults from all the fans. Standing here with my boy today just means everything.
Talk to me, little man. I mean, have you got any banter in the playground recently, or has everyone been shaking your hand?
A little bit.
Little bit, yeah?
What did you do when you went into school yesterday?
Shushed them.
You shushed them. Yeah, listen, may have been 17th, but you're European champions. Who can complain? Listen, Arsenal. What you got to say about them? Obviously, finishing second, Champions League semi-final. I mean, are you just teaching them how it's done?
listen, it's painful. When we see Arsenal win things, it's painful. And I hear their fans, they say they don't care. They do care, because I've been on the other side of it. I've been on the other side of it for nearly 20 years. Seeing them win things, doesn't matter how big or how small the competition is, it hurts. So
are you more successful than Arsenal now?
Absolutely, absolutely. They are the winner of the Cool Cup. That's it. We finally won a trophy. It means so much to our fans to celebrate that with my son. He's 8 years old. He's seen 8 years of not great performances, no trophies, and I know it hurts them. I know it hurts because I've been on the other side of it. So you're talking rubbish when you say you don't care. It hurts. So to be here today with all these fans, with my son, with my family, is amazing. I don't care how big, how small the competition is. The cup final, it was terrible performance, both teams. But we got a trophy, we're bringing it home to North London.
Listen, little man, are you going to win the Champions League next season, yes or no? There is a right answer to this.
Yeah.
I think Spurs fans will hope so, but I think, yes, outstanding achievement winning Europa League, but a lot of Spurs fans, when the dust settles, will think, you know what, we lost 22 Premier League games, we finished with 38 points, we finished one place above the relegation zone in 17th position. It's not good enough.
No.
Natalie, and I think he'll keep his job. I think he'll be trusted with funds, but if they start the season, first 10 games of the Premier League season, and they continue this bad form in the league, he will be gone. If I'm Daniel Levy, I'm already thinking of replacements ready, because Spurs don't want to waste this opportunity. Stay on top. You won the Europa League, you're in the Champions League, get the right players in the summer, and stay up there. Why can't Spurs go next season and say, let's have a good go in the Champions League, let's try and break into the top 5 next season?
Yeah.
So he's under a lot of pressure next season, Ange.
I legitimately say that actually I sacrificed the league campaign knowing that I was going to put all my eggs in the Europa League basket because I wanted to do something that this club hadn't done for 17 years, which was win a trophy.
When was it they lost at home to Leicester? That was a long way before
In
the Europa
February.
League reached the business end of the season. So no, I don't buy that. And actually, if you're Daniel Levy and Fabio Paratici set to return to the hierarchy and the sporting director listening to that, you're probably thinking, well, if he can't balance the Premier League with the Europa League, which by and large they've played substandard opposition, certainly until it got to this quarterfinals and onwards, how on earth is he going to balance the Premier League with the Champions League when every midweek you're going to come up against, by definition, a top-class team? And he's right when he says their season is unprecedented, because no team has ever lost 22 games in a Premier League season and stayed up. And that's a pretty damning statistic. If it wasn't for the fact the 3 teams who came out for the Championship have been so poor, they would be in real trouble. I don't envisage Ange Postecoglou being the Tottenham manager next season. Yes, he's won a cup, and he can always point to that, but it's not good enough over the course of the season. And there's been a lot of managers who've won cups and then taken teams down. Roberto Martinez did it with Wigan. Birmingham won the League Cup and got relegated and played European football in the Championship.
FA Cup against myself and was sacked.
And Ten Hag won the FA Cup and wasn't fired. And people like Pards would say, well, that he said it at the time, that's not the right call. Simon Jordan on this programme said that's a coward's decision. The brave thing for Daniel Levy to do here, I think, is to look at the Premier League campaign, as they have been, because they've been sounding out other managers, and actually stick to their belief that, yes, you've won a cup, brilliant, but the league campaign's not been good enough.
03717223344. Spurs fans, what do you think at this juncture, having won the Europa League but suffered 22 defeats and finished 17th in the Premier League, their lowest Premier League finish since 1976-77? Is Season 3 going to be better than Season 2 under Ange Postecoglou? He did say the other problem with Season 3 following Season 2 is that sometimes we're at the end of Season 2, the main character gets killed off. What decision would you make?
Well, that's not my decision to make. What I would say for Ange is that even though he's going on that holiday uncomfortable about his position at Spurs, I think he'd be feeling kind of not too bad that he has a nice big trophy in the cabinet and he'll get a job somewhere else.
But there we have it. That's what I think of Tottenham's season. You know, a tale of two halves. You know, still, you take the league season with a pinch of salt. I can see what Ange was trying to do with pivoting, so maybe I was wrong on that regard. But yeah, very happy for the boys. I'm going to be partying all summer long and hoping we can now back up with some transfers. Now, my next video will be a transfer video, like what Tottenham should look like next season, how we should set up, what sort of players we should be attracting. So let me know in the comments down below, who should we be signing this summer with Champions League football on the horizon. But there, until next time, up the Spurs, enjoy the celebrations, and thanks for getting involved with the channel. Another big season for the Sonny Talk Spurs YouTube channel, growing massively. Road to 10,000 subscribers. Get down below and smash it. But until then, see you guys soon, and a ciao.